Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by these great companies that are giving us money to let you listen to their stuff.
Bullshit, Kyle. We make this show. You and me. Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by us.
Someone's got to pay the bills, Dan, because it's not our trading.
All right, roll them.
Sometimes you need to take control to make a difference. That's why with FlexPath from Capella University, you're in control. Set your own deadlines and leverage your experience to move at a pace that works for you. Discover a different way forward at capella.edu.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat, smiley face.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to the China Shop. We're opening up the shop today for shortened store hours. I'm shopkeeper Dan. With me, as always, is Kyle, creator of financialineptitude.com. Kyle, how'd you trade today?
I didn't. It's a holiday.
It's Labor Day.
Yeah.
Right, recording this Monday night.
Instead, I performed labor and mowed my lawn.
The futures market was trading today in a nice tight range, I saw.
Yeah, I don't really mess around with stuff on reduced volume like today.
Low volume days. Smart.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to dive on in. Just take a second to tell you about the wonderful Sue Pullen, the proud sponsor of Two Bulls in a China Shop. Check her out for all your mortgage needs. You know where to find her. Pullen at fairwaymc.com. But enough about lovely, beautiful, amazing women, Kyle. Let's talk about some news.
Yeah, the stuff that we care about.
Hey.
Wait, what's going on?
I care about Sue. Come on.
Not beautiful women.
We're just two bulls trading information.
What?
Two bulls trading information.
I'm inclined to agree.
Two bulls trading information.
That is accurate. Very accurate. What information? True. What?
How do you banter again?
I don't know. I can't remember. Yes. What should we start with? Should we get the little stories out of the way first, and then we can talk about the big story?
Yeah. We're gonna get around to talking about Bed Bath & Beyond for sure. But until then,
happy trades. Oh no, wait.
let's talk about some of the other news.
So it looks like over in Australia, their Q2 surplus has been growing. So not everybody's experiencing, I guess, the same. What is it? Recessionary concerns, I guess you can call it. Let's see. They had the data from the Australian Bureau of Statistics from last Tuesday showed the surplus ballooned to 18.3 billion US Aussie, not US. It's about 12.5 billion US from 2.8 the previous quarter. It was just under their forecast of 20.8 billion. The exports of goods were up almost 15%. So most of that is from miners shipping more resources to Asian customers amid all the surging prices, while their imports have been tapering off after a strong March. So net exports added about a percentage point to the GDP above the initial forecast of 0.9, and the government spending also added about 0.1 as well. So GDP is looking pretty good in Australia.
Wow, their exports are going up.
Yeah, yep. It looks like it's raw materials, so maybe that's part of all of the trying to catch up from the crisis before when we couldn't find everything, couldn't make enough, or is it because we couldn't ship it?
The housing market got so hot, everybody wanted to build, so they're trying to buy as many materials.
Could be some of that too, yeah. Let's see. They are still expecting the bank to continue hiking interest rates. They're expecting another 7 bips on Tuesday. Markets over there are thinking that they should peak around 3.85%, given that inflation is at a 21-year high over there of 6.1%, likely to top 7. But most analysts over there are not as hawkish. So I bring up Australia because I think I remember at some point, Australia was looked at as one of the leading indicators of what the markets and the economies are going to do. Am I completely insane am I misremembering something, or did we talk to somebody about that?
That sounds like something an Australian would say.
Oh, maybe Anthony's just been polluting us with misinformation about the strength of
I know. I don't really see anything online for it.
Shit. Maybe that was something Vico said in one of his market analysis reports.
Okay.
Crap. He does those every week too. That's going to be a really long.
We'll have to reach out.
Oh, I could just ask him.
Just ask him.
Good idea. Okay, great. Speaking of confidence, what's your story?
Well, looks like Binance, the largest crypto exchange in the world and issuer of the third biggest stablecoin, has decided they're just no longer going to support the rival USDC, the US dollar coin. And if you have a Binance account and you have USDC, they're just going to turn it into the Binance coin, BUSD.
Oh, that's nice of them. So that way you don't have to do anything about it?
Yeah, you just have to sit back and relax, and they'll quietly get rid of their competitor.
At least they're not just saying, you don't own your stable coins. We'll just go ahead and hold on to this forever and spend it.
We need these to pay our bills.
Yeah.
Oh, Celsius.
So I guess, I don't know, pick your poison, huh?
Yeah. They're getting rid of Pax Dollar, USDP, and True USD, TUSD. So Binance making a big move. They're also going after Coinbase, undercutting the fees, Coinbase fees. So
I thought fees were all standard part of the transactions.
yes, Kyle, they're all the same. They're all the same price to the middleman.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're tacking on more. It was something ridiculous too. I mean, I think I put in like $300 into a Coinbase account, and it cost me like $5 to buy $100 worth of what was it for? I don't know, one of the ones I bought
Of crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, 5%. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, I had the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't put in that much money at all, and it was still like $5, and I didn't realize it. So I'd be buying like $10 a coin, and they would charge me $5. I'm like, oh God,
Jesus.
what did I do? I was trying to diversify, son of a bitch.
Oh, wow.
Diversify my $60, right?
Right. Diversify it into 30.
Yeah, real quick. No, so it looks like they want to go after Tether, which is 44% of the market share of stablecoins.
Mm-hmm.
So,
is it actually stable?
That's what they say. I don't know. Wild West, Kyle. Wild West.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
That's how stable it is.
All right. Last story I got before we get to the big Bed Bath & Beyond one is OPEC. OPEC made some headlines after getting together with all of its other little allies and making a small trim to their supplies. It is basically rolling back a symbolic increase of 100,000 barrels per day that they did in September. And this is one of those things where you got to kind of read between the lines. The article is pointing out that this is basically OPEC saying prices are too low already right now. If it keep dropping, then we are going to take action and reduce output anytime we want to try to keep prices elevated.
Yeah, I guess they can.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you control a large. I mean, they cut it 100,000 barrels. All right, that's per day. Normally, they're putting out about 43.8 million barrels per day. So then the cut is completely symbolic.
They cut or they were adding?
They cut one that they added from September. So in September, they made a raise of 100,000 barrels.
Oh, they were adding 100,000, and now they're stopping.
This is the decision for October. That decision for next month is going to basically, cut that out and go back to where they were.
Wow. Okay. So
it's almost like a threat, is what it feels like.
Just so everybody knows, we are controlling the price of oil right now with our production. But
that also, I mean, if you're trading oil, it'd be nice to know that you've got some people there making it go up.
Right. What I would like to know is what it's like to be an employee for one of these OPEC manufacturers. Are you like, some days you show up and they're like, you're fine, just hang out. And some days you show up and they're like, we need to fucking get to work. Come on, quick. We're increasing capacity.
Right.
Like, God damn, that's what it feels like. Well, they shut us down for the day. Go home. Everybody go home.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's on a daily basis. I mean, they're making their forecast for October already. I mean, maybe like you're scrambling at the end of the month trying to put your plan together and then hoping that the next meeting doesn't affect your particular factory.
Right.
Do they split it out between like every refinery or every producer?
Good question. Good question. If you work for an OPEC company, let us know.
Let's say there's 100,000 oil producing locations like within all of OPEC's control. Does like everybody have to cut 1 barrel a day out?
That's some precision shit.
I doubt it. I don't think they're run that tight of a ship.
Right.
Also, if we learned anything about monarchies, more than likely it's going to be your output's going to be affected based on your friendship with the ruler.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure it's the output isn't how many barrels they actually create; it's how many they let out of the warehouse.
That's another good point too. Take the month off. We stockpiled enough.
Yeah, right.
You can have Christmas.
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Right.
Good Lord. All right. Oh, Kyle, very sad and unexpected story hit the news today.
Oh, was that this morning that I saw that, or was that yesterday morning?
I think it was yesterday morning, but there a ton more hit today, and were updated. The Bed Bath & Beyond CFO has apparently jumped to his death from the 18th floor of his high-rise apartment.
Man, did they say why?
There's no suicide note. It seems his wife witnessed him do it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no suspicion of foul play, which, of course, I saw floating around there.
Right.
It's floating around the internet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Apparently, the only things they can link it to, the major things, obviously, Bed Bath & Beyond is struggling to stay out of bankruptcy. Now, this guy had a history of being successful at Avon and Walgreens and Procter & Gamble.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big part of the team trying to transform the company along with Ryan Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's one of the defendants in a class action lawsuit that accuses him and Ryan Cohen and other large shareholders of engaging in a pump and dump.
I can't imagine that the lawsuit would have anything to do with it. Like that, it sounds to me like what you were saying. Like he had a career that was looking pretty promising.
Right. He was seen as the guy.
Yeah. And then to admit failure, because we've seen that the board's been shifting plans, right? They basically decided to dump Cohen's plan and do something else.
And just shrink the stores and the workforce.
Right.
Well, there was another side to the lawsuit. It was also alleging that stakeholders, such as the now deceased CFO, Gustavo Arnal,
mm-hmm.
that they were sharing fake revenue numbers for their plans to spin off Bye Bye Baby.
Now that sounds like something you'd jump off of a building for.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And we know sharing fake numbers is like the thing in business. That's exactly what companies in trouble do. We saw it with the Royal Bank of Scotland, the Bank of Iceland.
Right.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
And also too, you gotta be, you can rip off retail of, somebody for $20. You try to rip somebody off for $20 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a different game at that point.
Maybe there's a reason they couldn't spin off Bye Bye Baby.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's starting to sound like, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. Oof.
I was afraid it was going to be something more like an IT crowd. People were coming to investigate irregularities in the pension funds.
In the pension fund, right. Oh, God damn them.
I almost made it through a story without a joke.
Oh, so close.
I tried.
Yeah, right. So we'll see what happens. It's echoes of the Great Depression, though. We've got all this inflation and stuff not going our way economically, and now we got a CFO jumping to his death as the company is in major turmoil.
No matter what you take from this, it can't be good for the stock.
Nope, can't be good for the stock or the company.
Good way to spin that, I don't think.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's happening there.
It's a little too somber.
Ireland has fined Instagram over $400 million.
For what?
I always revel in anything that hurts Zuckerberg, so I love these stories.
Oh, that's right. They own Instagram now, don't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
Meta owns Instagram, Meta Platforms. The investigation started in 2020. focusing on users between 13 and 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They were allowed to operate business accounts.
Oh, smart.
So they can be influencers.
Yeah.
Well, because they were operating business accounts, Instagram made their phone numbers and email addresses public.
Oh. Ooh.
And apparently that's a big deal in the EU.
It should be a big deal here.
It should be a big deal here, right?
How many people?
They didn't list the numbers. The only quote in the article from the regulator, the Ireland's Data Protection Commissioner said, "We adopted our final decision last Friday, and it does contain a fine of 405 million euros, which is about $403 million or $402 million."
That's right. The euro and the dollar almost. I think the dollar overtook it recently.
Yeah, that's right. So it's more euros than dollars.
Wow, what a weird world.
Right?
I guess my decision to never cash in the currencies that I had for my visit, was that back in 2008?
Yeah.
Was not a good financial decision.
It's not paying off now, is it?
No.
So the regulator completed a draft ruling in December, and then it went through the EU's other regulators, and looks like they awarded it. There's over the DPC in Europe regulates Facebook, Apple, Google, all the tech giants,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently it's opened over a dozen investigations into the meta companies, including Facebook and WhatsApp. WhatsApp's already fined 225 million euros last year for failing to conform with EU data.
I saw the WhatsApp thing in there. I was like, wait, isn't that Facebook too?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, boy.
So Facebook bought all the companies one by one and then stuck in their own bullshit. And now the companies are getting fined one by one because none of this bullshit complies with European regulations.
All right. Bullish on Meta?
Yeah, fuck you, Meta. But I got to say, when I was in Ireland, I may have mentioned it, anytime I was surfing on the web, it would, like, as soon as the web page loaded, it was like, do you want cookies? Yes or no? If I said no, it rejected all cookies. None of this had to click to a different page and you have to individually unselect each cookie to be like.
I love how when it pops up and it's like, accept all cookies, yes, or nothing else. Just
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm not going back to you.
Why are you hitting yourself, Kyle? Why are you hitting
I
yourself?
know. Do you want me to stop? No or no?
Yeah, so fucking, nice little story about how horrible meta companies make the world. All right, folks, thanks for sticking around to the end. We hope you learned something. I know I did.
You're just going to end it like that?
Well, what do you want to say?
No, I don't know. I just wanted that to be in the clip at some point.
All right, folks. Until next time, happy trading.
Goodbye.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks and the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.
Your work technology should help your organization run better. Monday.com is an intuitive platform designed to help teams of all sizes work better together and maximize results. With Monday.com, you can easily customize your workflows to fit your team's exact needs and create automated updates to keep everyone up to speed in real time. Experience the power of a single platform that replaces your costly tech toolbox and the headache that comes with it. To start your 14-day free trial, go to Monday.com.